Hey guys, welcome to Ask Whisperer number 8. Now, obviously as you can hear, I'm still a little sick, but I'm feeling so much better than I was in Ask Whisperer number 7, which is always good. So, I don't have any shoutouts, which if you want one, all you gotta do is let me know in the comments below, and I'll grant you one. But there isn't any, so let's get straight to the questions. Question 1 comes from Shane from the Shane's World, and he asks, if you could go on an adventure, where would you go? I think I'd want to go rock climbing on, like, the Grand Canyons or on some mountain or something. Either that or go scuba diving, because I love being in the water and I love swimming, so why wouldn't you want to go on an adventure that you love? And plus I've never been scuba diving, so that's kind of an adventure in itself. So I'd go rock climbing or scuba diving. My next set of questions, I guess you could say, comes from Sean Putnam, who's a family member of mine, and she asks, how did you get into theater? What is your first memory? What is your opinion on Kesha? And do you have any motivational tips for staying in high school? How I got into theater. It happened in 8th grade, and I kinda got drafted, I guess you can say, from one of my friends. And I did both plays that year, so I did the fall regular play and I did the spring musical. And the spring musical that we did was Honk, and that's basically The Ugly Duckling. And I played the dad, which was the 4th, yeah, pretty much the 4th main role. So I had 2 duets and a solo, and I don't like singing. The only reason why I went up for the musical that year was because I was in it for the acting, and Drake was a funny guy who had a lot of acting and not so many songs, and then the teacher turns it up on us, or turns it up on me, so that way I have more parts than I thought. And then I stopped for a few years because I guess I got too traumatized or something. I don't really know. And then I start this year, and it's so much fun. Like, when there's rehearsals after school, I'm actually looking forward to it. I actually have a theater class that I'm taking in school. So, and we're doing nothing but improv this month, I guess you could say. And that has been a blast, because I love improv, and it's what I'm good at. My first memory. Well, I don't remember my first memory, because, well, it's my first, and it's kind of faded away throughout the years. But what I do remember when I was little, and I'll probably never forget, it was the day that my sister was born. It's a cheesy yes, but it's still something that I'll always remember and probably never forget. So we're in the hospital room, and the doctor walks in with my sister and hands her over to my mom. And me being the little 3-year-old that I am, I crawl on the bed, up to Mom and my sister, and I stare at my sister in amazement. Like, I look like the happiest kid in the world. And I still feel that way to my sister. My view on Kesha. Well, I guess it's neutral, because I don't really keep up with stuff about her. Like, probably the last song I heard from her was Blow, and I think that was back in April, or last school year, so yeah, like April or May or something. And probably the last media or gossip that I heard about her was, yeah, New Year's Eve last year, when she got interviewed and she was asked what was her 2011 New Year's resolution, and I think hers was she didn't want to be a douchebag or something like that. Do any of you remember that? Now, motivational tips? Well, I have 2. Just have fun and look to the positive. Just have fun. Enjoy your school year, because it'll fly by when you know it, and soon you'll be going to college, and then you'll be living in the real world, and you'll have no fun, you'll be all stressed from work, and it's gonna suck. I can feel it already, because like I said earlier, I'm getting ready for college, and it's stressful waiting for a college letter, or filling the application, or getting the nitty-gritty stuff done. And then there's graduation, like your graduation gown and your panoramic picture and your senior ad in the yearbook, and beach week and Christmas. It's all very stressful, so if you just have fun with it, then you're going to enjoy it a lot more. And I guess this kind of piggybacks onto be positive, because through all the stress, if you don't look to the good, or you focus on all the negative, then you'll never get through it, and you'll never enjoy the outcome, or you'll never enjoy doing it. Like, for example, this week is like the last week of school, and the last week of school of this year, and I think I have like the biggest quiz of my life in one of my AP classes, and I've been all stressing about it. But then I think of like my theater class, like I mentioned earlier, and how we're doing improv, and I love improv, so I can probably just take my stress or my anger or whatever emotion I'm feeling that day out in my improv. So if any of you are watching this and are in my improv class, and you happen to be my improv partner at all for all of this week, or all of next week I should say, then I'm sorry, because I might be a little moody or a little not like myself. But yeah, so that's like one of the examples of being positive or looking for the good in stuff. So those are my 2 tips. Just have fun with it and be positive.